In today's tutorial we are going to do the teeny weeny crochet caps. This pattern is available in 4 different sizes. We have in the very back, we have the up to 3-month size. We then have a newborn size just like this. We also have 5 to 6 pound preemie size, and we also have the preemie of 3 to 4 pounds. You can see when you lay them all out, you can see that they are different sizes and they're also different heights. The pattern that we're doing today will be listed on the title of this video. In today's tutorial we're going to do newborn size for the teeny weeny crochet cap, and you're going to need a 4.5mm, a US size 7 crochet hook in order to do this. You can get a total of 9 of these hats out of 1 Caron Simply Soft yarn ball. So as promised, this pattern comes in 4 different sizes, and all of the sizes are available in this very easy to follow pattern instructions. So we have preemie sizes of 3 to 4 pounds. We have another preemie size of 5 to 6 pounds. We have a newborn of 7 to 9 pounds, and then up to 3 months of 10 to 12 pounds. Now the title of this video is indicating what size that we're going to be working on today. So it says right here in the instructions on how many hats. So it says, you see how there's different colors? Those are what's indicating in the instructions as we go throughout this particular idea. So we're gonna start off in the instructions, for example, and if we're doing the preemie size of 3 to 4 pounds, it'll say you do all of this, and then it says 3 to 4 pounds only. So this is only gonna apply when you're working on this one, and then you will see in other instructions of what you need to do. So sizes 5 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, all is here instead. So you just have to watch these particular colors. Now for this particular kind of project, it says that for 1 hat, 1 ball will make 15 hats, and then the next size of 5 to 6 pounds of the preemie, it's 10 hats. The next size of newborn, it'll be 9 hats, and then up to 3 months you can get 6 hats out of 1 Caron Simply Soft yarn ball. So without further ado, let's start working on this project together, and let's begin now. So let's begin with our Caron Simply Soft yarn. Let's create a slip knot, and this is for beginners as well. So the first 3 rounds on any one of the 4 sizes are identical to each other, and let's begin to do that now. So here's our slip knot on the hook. Remember that it never counts as 1. So we need to start at the top of the hat and work our way down to the forehead of the child. So let's begin. We're going to chain 3. So remember, the 1 on the hook never counts as 1. So 1, 2, and 3, and what it's asking us to do is do 8 half double crochets in the 3rd chain from the hook, which is basically the first one that we started with. So let's just wrap the hook going into the 1st chain, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3. That's 1 of 8. So let's continue to do that. So wrap in, pull through all 3. So that was number 2. Okay, and that was 3. Now this straggler here, see how I'm just laying it down on top so that it covers over the ring? It's just a way of securing that without ever having to worry about it. So that was 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what you need to do, it says here, join with a slip stitch to the first half double crochet. Well, we had to do 8. So just looking back, if you're confused, count backwards. So you got 1 underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is right there. So if you're ever confused on what you're looking at, just count backward at this point and join it with the slip stitch, and that's the center ring. Let's move along to round number 2. So we want to start off with chaining of 2. And what we have to just do is we go just chain 2, 1 and 2, and into the same stitch right underneath you want to half double crochet 2 times. So 1 and 2. You will notice in the instructions that the chaining of 2 in any starting of the rounds does not count as a stitch, so just don't count that as a stitch. So it's not included as a half double crochet. So we're gonna put 2 half double crochets into each stitch going all the way around. Now if you're thinking about this, how many stitches are you going to go all the way around? It's a total of 8. Okay, so we're just adding 2 half double crochets into each one going all the way around. Right in the very beginning here is where you need to really worry about your stitch counts to get them right. So at the end what I want to do is that I want to count each group of 2, and there should be a total of 8 when I'm done that. So I can either just count it out loud as I'm going here, or I can just count it when I'm done. I think there's 7 here because I still have 1 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's my last one here. So you probably thought, okay, well there, if you're a new crocheter, there was actually 2. This one is extending into the first one, so that's why it doesn't count. So we want to join this with the top of the beginning half double crochet to finish that off, and that was round number 2. So let's move along to round number 3. Round number 3, we're going to start off by chaining 2. Remember that does not count as a stitch, and in the next one available to you, so right directly underneath, you're gonna have 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2, and then in the next one that we have here, it says 1 half double crochet in the next one, so it's just gonna be by itself. So the repeat pattern on this entire round is that one of them, which is this next one, is gonna have 2 half double crochets, and the next one's just gonna have 1. Okay, so we're just increasing size. So the next one is gonna have 2, and then the next one's gonna have 1. So please do that same configuration going all the way around for round number 3. So then coming up all the way around in the end of round number 3, the last one should be 1 single crochet by itself. So, and how do I know that's to be true? We started off with 2 and then 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. So the very last one should just be a 1. Okay, because the next one is a 2. So once you get that done, just join it to the beginning half double crochet that we started with. I just went into a gap by accident. Make sure it is to an actual stitch, not to a gap space, because it'll appear very obvious if it's separating. So that is round number 3. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to move on to the size that we're doing in this particular video in order to do the rest of this. So now we're ready for the 4th round, and this is the newborn size of 7 to 9 pounds. Now this round is identical to the preemie of 5 to 6 pounds as well as the up to 3 months of 10 to 12 pounds. So this round is identical. So let's begin to do this next, and we're going to chain up 2, and we're gonna put 2 half double crochets right in below. Okay. And the repeat pattern on this particular round is really quite simple. So the next 2 are going to be by themselves. So 2 half double crochets in a row, and then the next one is going to be 2 into the next one. Okay, so the repeat on this, let's review this one more time, is going to be 2 half double crochets by themselves, and then the next one is going to have 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So please do that all the way around for round number 4. So as you finish up round number 4, it'll still stay in sync. So there's 2 and in the same one, and then 2 by themselves, 2 in the same one, and then the final 2 by themselves. So everything stays in sync if your stitches are right. If you don't end up with 2 by themselves at the end of the repeat pattern, then you know that something is wrong in the revolution itself. So join it to the first half double crochet, and let's move on to round number 5. So round number 5 is different from the other rounds, and round number 5 is only for rounds of this size of the 7 to 9 pounds and also 10 to 12 pounds. So this is round number 5. So let's begin, and we're gonna chain up 2, and then we're going to put in a half double crochet in each of the 3 and then 2 into the next. So let's begin to do that. So the first 3 are going to be half double crochets each, 1 and 2 and 3, and then the next one is going to be having 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. So for round number 5, the repeat pattern for this size is 1 half double crochet into the next 3. So this is 2 and 3, and then the next one has 2 in it. So 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Please do that same configuration going all the way around for round number 5. So in keeping with the same configuration, as I come up all the way around, it should be the same. So these 3 are 1 half double crochets each, and the final will be 2 half double crochets into the final. So as I come up all the way around, the final 4 stitches will be following the same sync. So the next 3 are half double crochets by themselves, and then the final is 2 double crochets into the same one. So I'm just keeping the same stitch counts and configuration going all the way around. Let's join this to the top at the beginning half double crochet. So this concludes the growth rounds for the remainder of this. So let's show you how to move on for all other rounds now until you get to the brim. Our goal is, when we look at a different sample, is that we need now to finish it and going through all this. It'll continue to grow until we get to the size that we're looking for. In this particular one that we're doing, we're looking for 4.5 inches between the top of this and to the brim. And so if you just grab your tape measure, so you can see I got a little bit of way to go right over here for this particular size. It goes relatively quickly, but let's show you how to begin to do this round. So let's do this round, and we're going to chain up 2, and it's 1 half double crochet in each stitch going all the way around. So we're gonna continue to do that same thing round after round after round until you get to the 4.5 inch height. So you're gonna notice that it's gonna start turning into a bowl shape as you go. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just fast forward then to the end of this round, show you how to join it once again and how to start, and then what we're going to do then is have you do the remainder, and then I'll join you back on how to finish it off. Do a border edge and just weave in your tails as well. So do that, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way back around. It's just 1 half double crochet in each stitch going. Once you get all the way to the end, just join it to the top of the first half double crochet stitch, and then start again. So chain 2 and 1 half double crochet in each. So what I want you to do, or what I want you to do at this point, is go all the way around and around and around until you get to 4.5 inches tall, and then we're gonna then work on the brim from that. So just sit back, relax, enjoy this particular hat, and then when we come back, we'll work on the brim together. You're gonna notice this is really gonna start forming its shape really soon. So I'll see you back here, and we'll do the brim together. So when I last left you, I had to get to this to about be 4.5 inches, and that's what I have. So now let's begin to do our final revolution, and the revolution is just chain 1 and 1 single crochet into each. Now I'm going to just go all the way around. I'll show you how to finish this off. Now one thing I will give you a word of caution is make sure you take care of those tail ends, especially if you're donating this out to a charity. The last thing you want a parent to worry about if they're being gifted this is that your tail ends are hanging out. So when I come back, I'm going to show you how to finish this off, and then show you how to weave in your ends so that you have no tails at all hanging out of your project. I'll be right back. So as you get all the way back around, just single crochet right into the end, and then you're just going to join it to the top of the first single crochet, or to the beginning single crochet, and you're just going to leave this here, and you're going to cut about 1 foot length and just pull this string through this loop. So what you're going to do now is hide in your loose ends, or your final end, so you have no tails that hang out. Grab a darning needle and feed your yarn onto the needle. The needle should be relatively sharp, and here's how I'm gonna have you do it. Now your project can never stretch in 3 directions at one time, so what you're going to do is that you're gonna glide underneath for about 1 inch into some fibers and come out the other side. So that was 1, and then you're gonna glide in the opposite direction under a different set of fibers. If you go in the exact same path, it'll fall out. So you want different set of fibers for 2, and then going back in the third direction, again a different set of fibers for 3. So if you go back and forth 3 times, you can safely cut this down right to the project. You'll never have a loose end hanging out. And then what you want to do is then take care of the loose end that's in the top, because I had you hide it as you did it in, and therefore you can safely then put this in your donation box, and this is the newborn size of doing the teeny weeny crochet caps. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a super day, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.